Hey, it's Jess. Welcome back. Today I'm here with my May TBR, which is all the books that I want to read in May of 2024, which is this month. I have already finished 2 books this month. One of them was an audiobook. One of them I had started at the beginning of the week and was able to finish it May 1st or May 2nd. I can't remember. But I've already finished 2. I'm also in the middle of Dawn by Octavia E. Butler. I started that in April, but I haven't been able to finish it yet. So I plan on finishing that. And then I'm also going to be talking about the other books that I want to read this month. I still have the library book for The Only One Left by Riley Sager. Somehow I have not gotten around to this one yet. That one is definitely going on my TBR list. I am determined to read this book, and I have to do it this month because they're not going to let me check it out again. So that's number 1 on my TBR, like right now, top priority for me. I am also already in the middle of a book called Don't Let the Forest In by C.G. Drews. This is, the copy I have is an advanced reader copy, so an ARC, an ebook, and it is a young adult book following Andrew and his twin sister Dove and their best friend Thomas. They all go to a boarding school, and the semester has just started, the school year has just started, and they find out that there are monsters in the woods that surround the boarding school. And so they're trying to fight those monsters and figure out where the monsters came from. It's really good so far. I'm about 35% of the way through, and I can't wait to see how it ends up. I'm really enjoying the writing. It's very engaging. So I'll let you know how I feel about that when I finish it. Another ARC that I received was Somewhere Beyond the Sea by T.J. Klune. This is the sequel to The House in the Cerulean Sea, which is one of my favorite books of all time. That's actually one of the books that I finished this month already in May. I was listening to the audiobook because it's been so long since I read The House in the Cerulean Sea that I wanted to read it again before I read the sequel. This book comes out in September, and I'm assuming that it still has to it's still following, the orphanage. You're following Linus and Arthur and all of the kids, and I really hope so because Chauncey is my favorite character of all time. I adore that child, and I can't wait to learn more about him and just get more scenes with him just because, every time he's on the page and they're talking about Chauncey, I grin and giggle because he has my whole heart. I just adore him, that character, and I'm so excited to get back into this world and see what our orphans have been up to. Another ARC that I received from NetGalley is The Lonely Below by G. Heron Davis. I can't really remember a lot about what this one is about. It has a very cool cover. It is a horror book. I can't remember if it's a novella, but the cover looks really cool. Obviously, The Lonely Below, I'm assuming it's about possibly the catacombs in Paris or just like maybe caves, which really freaked me out. So I'm looking forward to reading that one, and I will be getting to it soon, hopefully. Books and Lala on YouTube hosts a year-long buzzword-a-thon where every month there is a theme, and you're supposed to pick books with titles that follow those themes or those specific word prompts. I've talked about it before, but the prompt for May is the word every, and so I have chosen Every Heart a Doorway by Shauna McGuire. This is a very short book. I'm listening to it on audiobook. I just started it today. I'm really enjoying it so far. It is the beginning of a series called the Wayward Children series. And it is a world. Right now we're in a boarding school with children who have been sent to this school because portals and doorways open up from our world into other worlds. And all of these children that are in this boarding school have visited another world and come back to our world, and they're trying to deal with that. And a lot of them want to go back to their other world that they were in. And so the boarding school is kind of trying to help them through that and get them back to normal life now that they're back in the real world. So I'm really enjoying it so far. I've heard wonderful things about this series and I've wanted to read it for a really long time. So I'm excited that I have a reason to read it this month. Another book on my list is Scarred by Emily McIntyre. I read Hooked by her last month in April. These are fractured fairy tales where Scarred, I believe, is loosely based on The Lion King, but it's not lions, it's people. But Hooked was about Peter Pan, so it was about Hook and Wendy. And then Scarred is the next in that series. And I don't know very much about that one, but I enjoyed Hooked. It was a quick read for me. Sometimes, I just want to have a kind of spicy book, and these books are in that genre. So I had to add one to my list this month. By my calculation, that is 6 books. I would like to round out to 10. Last month, I only put 8 on my TBR, and then I ended up reading almost all of those and actually some extra. So I'm going to push for 10 this month. It is the last month of school, so let's see if I have time to read 10 books, but I'm going to try. I got a new TBR jar, and these books, the books in here are either books that I own physically that I haven't read yet, or I've also put books in here that I want to read. And so we're going to pick 4 of these and see what we get. So the first one, and again, sorry for the paper noises. The first one is Mapping the Interior by Stephen Graham Jones, and I have that right here. I knew it was on my shelf. So, Mapping the Interior by Stephen Graham Jones. This is a short novella. It says, a literary horror tale about race in America, deeply rooted in the contemporary Native American experience. I love Stephen Graham Jones. I love all of his books that I've read. And I've heard of this book. I have not read it yet. Obviously, that's why it's in the TBR jar. But I've been wanting to get to it. I did read one of his books last month. I believe it was Don't Fear the Reaper. I think I finished that in April. And I just can't wait to get back to his writing because his writing is so unique, so descriptive, and he really pulls you into the story. So I'm excited to see what this one is about. Okay, so we're going to pull 3 more. Get way down in there. And the next one is, I can't get just one. Okay, here we go. The next one is You Can Trust Me. I don't remember what that is, or who wrote that. So pause, let me look it up real quick. All right, so You Can Trust Me looks like it is a thriller book written by Wendy Hurd. This is not one that I own. This is a book. I probably heard about it either from Books with Emily Fox or possibly Gabby Reads or probably Gabby Reads or possibly Olivia Reads a Latte. I watch a lot of their videos, and that's where I get books that I add to my list of books that I want to read. So I don't know very much about that. It is a thriller, and it sounds, let's see what Goodreads has to say. So it looks like you're following Summer and Leo, who are friends that travel around, and then possibly Leo gets them, or Summer, one of them gets them in trouble with someone else. So whenever I heard about it, it sounded interesting. So we'll see what that one's about. I can't wait to read it. All right, we have 2 more. Let's see what we get this time. Woo, that one fell out. So I guess that one's the one that wants to be picked. Let's put my jar down, and I got My Dark Vanessa. My Dark Vanessa is also a book that I don't own. It is by Kate Elizabeth Russell, and it is about a naive young teenager who falls in love with an older man and kind of their relationship. I have heard about this from a gajillion people, and I know Katie Colson on YouTube has read it and thought highly of it. So I am excited. This has been on my want to read list for a really long time. So I'm kind of glad that now I have a reason to pick this one. Okay. All right. And the last one is a nonfiction book. It's ADHD for Smart Ass Women. That's another book that I own. It's right here. It is by Tracy Otsuka. I picked this up. I went to visit my mom. She lives in Florida, and I picked this up during my trip there back in February. So it says ADHD for smart-ass women, how to fall in love with your neurodivergent brain. And something about that sounded very appealing to me. I have recently come to terms with the fact I am self-diagnosed, but I definitely am neurodivergent in some ways. And so that book just sounded really interesting. It piqued my interest. This is my stack of books. These are the books that I own, and then my Kindle. A lot of the books on my TBR I have digitally or will be on my Kindle, or they are audiobooks. So this looks like a very small stack. I wish it was only, 4 books like this, but it's 10. But again, technically 11 because I'm still trying to finish Dawn by Octavia E. Butler. I have really good feeling about this. I think that some of these I might be able to get on audiobook, which helps me read them faster. But if not, I'm going to find the time to do it. And hopefully nothing else, I have a couple books on hold at the library, and knowing my luck, those are going to come up like right when it's in the middle of this month, but we'll see. So I want to know, have you read any of these books, and what did you think of them? And I will see you in another video. All right, bye.